I have something you need to hear. I'm being told that you have a higher timeline that's been waiting for you for a long time. And you are already meant to be there. But there's a reason that you're not there yet. And that reason is resistance. You are meeting this new timeline with resistance. Why? Because you are still attached to things from a lower timeline that you don't want to let go of. Whether that be a person or an addiction or anything that you are still attached to that is comfortable. Our attachments become comfortable to us, whether we know that they are good or bad for us. And we become comfortable, and we want all of the things that come with the new timeline. We want the money, or we want the house, or we want the new job, all the benefits that come from the new timeline, the higher timeline, but we don't want to let go of the things from the lower timeline that keep us stuck there. So we want all the benefits of the new timeline, but we don't want to become uncomfortable, which is what it takes to get to that new timeline. Because we have to shake things up in order to grow and evolve. And there's so much waiting for you in this higher timeline. It's been waiting for you for a long time, and it's ready for you. And I know that deep within, you have been ready for it too, but you're stuck. And I get it. We've all been a product of that at one point or another. It's not easy to let go of things that we have become comfortable with, whether they are good or bad for us. But you are meant for a lot of beautiful, shiny, glamorous things. And you are meant for the peace that comes with this higher timeline. Because it does come with peace. And it is comfortable in its own right. You just don't know that yet. It's comfortable for all the right reasons. You know, it serves you. And you're being called to get a better grasp and to get a better grasp on knowing what serves you and what doesn't serve you, and what draws from your energy and what adds to your energy. And the things that are in your life that you have control over, that draw from your energy, have to go. There's no room for them anymore. There is no room for what takes from you. Because you have spent so much time giving to what takes from you. And part of this ascension, part of this rise that is calling to you, is protecting your energy. Because you are divine. And so is your energy. And it's precious. And it comes at a cost when it's given to people or places or things that do not give back to it. They just take and take and take. And there are a lot of things in this life that will do that. We are all subject to them. In fact, I believe that they can be lessons. And anytime that you are coming up on a big ascension, the universe will put things in your path specifically to test you. You are going to be tested. You will be tested in multiple ways. There will be very specific things placed in your path to see if you are ready to take the higher pedestal. And whether you're aware of it, I feel like some of you are incredibly aware of it, and others, this may be happening behind closed doors, but you will see as you ascend how the world doesn't like seeing people ascend. Because the truth of it is that others have a hard time seeing other people that are not themselves rise up and level up and get things in their life that are good for them and that bring them wealth and prosperity. Because as humans, we have as humans, we carry jealousy. Instead of being happy for people, we fight this thing inside of us that takes over a lot. And instead of being happy for these people, we are envious of it because we want it. And why don't we have that? Why can't I get there? So what I'm trying to say is that I think a lot of you, some of you I'm speaking to are going to be firmly aware of that, and some will be unaware that that's happening, because it's going to happen. And for some of you, it's happening behind closed doors, and you don't realize that these people are jealous and envious of you. And others, it's right in your face. And you are losing people that you thought would remain in your life because you are seeing that they are not happy for you and they cannot meet you there in this higher place. They cannot meet you there with open arms. I am so happy for you. You deserve this. And that's sad, but we all experience that. We all lose people along the way that we thought would be there forever because we thought that they supported us in our empowerment, but they do not. For some of us, this could be family, and that's an even harder thing to swallow. That's for a few specific people out there. We are being called right now, more than ever, to step into our empowerment collectively, microcosmally, because we need to be empowered. First of all, because we deserve it as divine beings. Secondly, because the world needs us to be empowered, because we need strength now more than ever. And that's Your job. Your job isn't your 9 to 5 or going to work for a company that doesn't value you. Your job in this life is to keep ascending, to learn to be uncomfortable, to learn that things worth living for are hard. They don't just fall into our laps. I'm hearing stumble once, I may fall, stumble twice, I'll catch it all. Stumble once, I may fall, stumble twice, I'll catch it all. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. I'm hearing nothing true without blue. What's made for you will come for you. It's your time to ruffle feathers, to shake it up, to take what is yours. It's your birthright. Own that. Own that. Be empowered by it. Love yourself. That's hard to do. I realize that. Try. Do the things. I'm being told, and this may be for very specific people, but to do what you typically wouldn't do. So if you are a person that follows routines, you wake up and you wake up at 6 a.m. every day, and then you have your coffee. By 7, you are on your walk. By 8 o'clock, you are on your way to work. Change that up a little bit. You know, doesn't have to be anything grand. It can be small. Take a different route on your walk. Walk left instead of right. Change the time you go on your walk. You know, wake up 30 minutes later. Do something different and see what happens. But be open, be aware, because it doesn't always have to be this big, great thing that, yeah, how do I want to say this? I think a lot of the time we are unenchanted by small wins or small pieces of magic, because everything is magic. You know, they can be very little things. But we are conditioned to not be so proud or aware of the little things. And I think that there's a very strong power in that, in embracing the little particles that make up the bigger piece. I'm seeing like stone, like a big bouldery type stone, and it's composed of all these little tiny pieces, and you can tell because it's all rocky and, you know, turbulent. I don't know the word for that. And I'm seeing it, and it's like vibrating, and there's light around it, and it's going, and it's exploding into all these little tiny pieces, and they're all being dispersed all over, and they're all carrying that vibration and that light that when it was a whole was so strong, you know, and they're carrying that out wherever they go. And switch it up, do something different, and try and be open and aware to noticing the small changes that happen. Be enchanted by them. Give them power. What you give power to is what you give power to. If you give power to your nonsense or to your fears or to the disenchantment you feel with your life, you will continue to perpetuate that. If you instead, you automatically, your first reaction when I ask you, how do you feel about your life? And your first reaction is, not great. Reprogram that. Instead of automatically, you know, actually there are things that are pretty great. I just kind of skim over them because, you know, they've just become normalized to me. But these are things that other people don't have. You know, I think a very strong practice, I'm seeing a squirrel right now. I think a very strong practice for everybody, anyone, to do is to take some time. It doesn't have to be a long period of time. It could be 5 minutes, it could be 10 minutes, and sit down very intentionally and write out what you're grateful for. Gratitude ritual. I am grateful for my home. I am grateful for my job. And how I like to do this is I will take each one, and I will, I'll rip it up. Here's a piece of paper. I am grateful for this. This is its own piece of paper. I'm grateful for this. And I fold them up and I put them in a jar. And then when I'm feeling really ungrateful or, kind of low, or you don't even have to be feeling like that, but that's when I do it usually. Or just like set a time, 1 month from now, I'm going to open that jar and I'm going to read these things and see how you feel. And see what happens inside of you, and take note of that. Because the more gratitude that we hold in this life, the more this universe will say, oh, they're grateful for that. Oh, okay. I'll give you more. Oh, you're grateful? Okay, great. Higher vibration. Let's keep giving higher vibration things to this person. That's how it works. Play louder. I've been feeling a bit heavy myself lately. And, struggling a bit myself to see the small magic in things. And then there's always a time for that too. We can't always be up here. It's not natural. But it's also not natural to always be down here. I'm rooting for you. Spirit's rooting for you. You are divinely protected. You are capable. You are loved. You are accepted. You have so much waiting for you. And I hope that you can harness whatever it is that you need to accept these things for yourself. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for sharing this space with me and letting me speak with you and share with you my downloads, because they're meant to be heard by you, but it doesn't mean you have to be open to it. So thank you for being open. I hope that you are thriving. Thriving, not surviving. That is our theme for 2025. We are thriving. We are not merely surviving. We are thriving. We are leveling up. Let's do it together. Okay? You're not alone. I'm here. Spirit's here. We got party streamers, and we are cheering you on. Like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you guys next time, okay? Be well. Eternal love and gratitude.